Mhm. Hey everyone, welcome to the third and final podcast for the Reliving Hollow Rewind 2020. This is the most ragtag session, I guess, if you will. We've got the QAs in and some editors. All right, let's get started with some introductions. All right, starting with Eon. Eon, come on, introduce yourself.
Hello. I'm Eon. Some people know me from Eon is Buffering, a YouTube shit poster and animator. I'm the editor for for most of Gen 1, Mel, Hato, and Matsuri. And I've helped out in some other gens a bit. Hey, fun.
Thank you for that. Atlas.
Hi, my name is Atlas. I don't know what I do. I'm the QA. I QA'd Roboco, Hato, Noel, and Flare, and then I helped out a bit with the final stage of QA.
Thank you. Bookmark.
Hello, my name is Bookmark, and I'm in charge for most of Gen 0 except for Roboco, since it's in charge by sheer curiosity.
Thank you. And we've got Share here.
Hi, I'm Sheer Curiosity, or the other Sheer. I was an editor for Gen 2, except for Shion. She was handled by Henry, and I guest edited Roboco for Gen 0. I also helped with clip downloading.
Cool. Thank you. Tiger, come on, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Taiga. I did QA for Rishia, Noel, Astel, Mio, and Yogini. Yeah.
Cool. Henry, I think we've had your introduction before, but do it
I'm
again.
Henry. Let me introduce myself again for any new people. I'm Henry, the editor leader for Aonahara. I worked on Shion and Gen 4, except for Kanata. I'm also the one who created the trailer. All right. Bye.
Oh, sorry. I think my Discord froze and crashed. We'll be back in a second.
Uh-oh. Chima's
Hello?
back. What happened?
Hello?
It's scuffed.
This is the
my Discord
What?
crashed.
Wow, the moment I said bye-bye.
Oh my gosh, you crashed your meter earlier.
Sorry,
Alright, get it
Henry.
back up.
We were right in the middle of your introduction.
Yay.
Get it back up.
Wait, do I have to say it again?
Henry
There we
just
go.
crashed Shima.
This is your fault, Henry.
Okay,
How
sorry.
is it
Start-
Go ahead.
Start over.
Go ahead again.
Start the
Okay.
stream.
No, it's
No,
Reese's fault.
Chima, you're not streaming.
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Stream.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Screen share.
we do see you though, so you can go ahead if you want.
Yeah.
What, do I have to go again?
Yeah,
Yep.
you
Do it
literally
again.
cut out
Take time to
mid-sentence.
Wow, hooray. Alright, let me speed it. Hi, I'm editor for Gen... Wait, fuck. I'm editor. I worked on... except for Kanata. Thanks, bye. I worked on the trailer. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Henry. Paulos, introduce yourself again.
okay. One HLR head producer for the project. More relevant to this podcast, I was the editor for Stars 2s and 3s. Also did some PR work and a couple other things, just kind of all over the place.
Cool, thank you, Paulos. Sam, introduce yourself.
Hello. My name is. Everyone calls me Sam. My phone usually go by Samsonite, but most call me Sam. I was an quote-unquote editor for Gen 3 and a proofreader for others, as well as the father of Almahara.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Skipper. Skipper, you here?
Yeah, I'm Skipper, and I'm a QA.
Cool, thanks, Skipper.
Easy.
All right, go on, Tamaki. Come on, introduce yourself. Are you here?
Hello, I'm
Oh.
Tamaki. I was proofreader for Pekora. I would have done more, but schoolwork, so Illidan saved my life by helping me with the rest.
That's all right, man. Come on, thank you.
That's about
You did Picora. That was good. All right, we should get on to some questions regarding the QA for this process then. Chima, do you want to pull up that marshmallow?
Yeah, so we have
Yeah.
some marshmallows actually for QAs. So here is one that oh, there we go. Greetings! First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone involved in Holo Rewind for making this project possible for all of us to see and enjoy. I really do appreciate all your efforts. Second, I have a question for the QA team. I know that basically the QA team checks for mistakes that surfaces in the projects, but can you explain it more deeply about what they do? Also, are there any requirements needed for one to do QA job? For example, knowing JP, high understanding of English grammars, etc. That's all from me. Cheers, have a nice one. Okay, that's a lot to take in.
That's a lot to take in.
Anybody want to start?
First things first,
I
I don't like how Marshmallow does its segment.
Yeah, I don't like the I and
cut
the
off
E
words.
rolls.
The way it's breaking
Hold
its
on.
lines is.
I didn't ask for you guys to QA the marshmallow.
This is a team of QAs. How are we not going to QA the marshmallow?
Yeah,
what were you
it is.
expecting?
It is extreme. Yeah, it's extremely like distracting.
Yeah,
and
it is
I'm
weird.
glad I'm not the only one here sitting there going,
Yeah.
"Oh, I hate that."
Yeah, I wanted to say
Send it back
something.
to the editor. Send it
I
back.
agree.
Please don't. No, please.
Please
I
also
agree.
leave.
Okay, but
We're sending it back to the editors.
Please
Yeah, we
don't
gotta
make me
Okay.
render for a one-line change.
Yeah.
It has to be resubbed.
so that is
TPS
that is
Oh
TPS is
god,
too
no, I'm
honest.
getting PTSD.
I mean, that's what we're
welcome
doing.
to how QA works, guys. Welcome to how QA
back
works.
to
for all
the
the people in the
Yeah,
audience.
yeah,
I think we've
First-hand
already answered the
experience.
question.
Yeah.
thanks guys.
Representation in
I'm so
QA.
glad. I'm so
it really
glad you
just
guys
gets-
answered the question.
I guess in more depth I'll just give a rough explanation, right? So the QA generally just you have just people watch for possible mistakes in the final product. So if you ask what kind of qualities you would want for someone to be able to do a QA job, while knowing good English grammar and knowing GP is helpful, I say the biggest quality you would want for doing QA is attention to detail, because you have to be able to notice those mistakes that other people don't actually notice throughout the whole entire process.
Yeah. So like it's not necessary. Like I do QA work. I don't speak a lick of Japanese, but I will focus on like editing mistakes. So like you might have a piece of footage that's got it'll have a flicker. There's missing frames, or there's something wrong with the edit that causes the screen to flicker or have an issue. Or you could have an issue with some audio that's audio too loud or too quiet, or having some sort of artifact in it. So you're looking for things like that. And usually these are already translation checked, and subtitles have already mostly been checked, although we do catch subtitle issues here and there.
Yeah. Anyone else got anything else, Dad?
Well, it's like it's not all like error stuff, because I mean like half the stuff I put for in the end, it was like stuff that already been fixed before, or it was stuff that was like suggestions. Like it doesn't all have to be like, oh, this clip like cuts out too early, it's clearly a mistake. It can be like suggestions or things like, but in the end, like in the end, we were a bit crunched for time, so it was up to the editors or the subbers or whatever to make the final choice, because if we had more time, they could have added it, but then like we were kind of rushing.
Right.
Yeah.
I think something else that's also important to bring up in this particular context is the importance of checking for consistency. So making sure like little proofreading things are consistent, or making sure capitalizations are sort of same from here to there and things like that.
Right. So someone like asked, how does a QA doc kind of work? Like I got a query on this. Like, how do you start a QA doc?
From what I've seen, the QA doc just generally goes, if a QA finds an issue, they write the timestamp and then writes the issue and what the fix should be. And generally that's just how it goes. As you go through the video, it just goes down the timestamps. And or sometimes there's suggestions as well, sprinkled in there somewhere. But generally that's how I've seen QA docs after I've when I work on something, is usually just timestamp, issue, fix.
Right. So is this would you say like this is how most QA docs are done, or is there like does everyone else have like a different process?
I think
I don't know if people have a
mostly
different
we mostly
process,
use
but
like
I think everyone has a different formatting.
yeah, there's a lot of different formatting, but in general,
I've gotten some as like lists, some as like spreadsheets, essentially.
yeah, like there's another
Some as
But
QA.
Discord
all of
messages.
them
Yeah,
usually
not
all of them
idea.
usually have the all of them
Skipper, do you
have
want
the
to
three
go?
things of timestamp, issue, fix.
Yeah.
I was just gonna mention like on the formatting thing, like, but I mean Sam already mentioned it. Like some people have like whole tables, other people like me, myself included, I'll just like list off timestamps in chronological order. So it depends from QA to QA.
Right, but like the general kind of process is the same. Like here's a timestamp, here's the like the problem, and then here's the fix.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Does anyone, any other QA have anything, any kind of input on like their formatting or like their processes?
No, not really. I think it's really just kind of like the same for everyone in that way.
Right. So how would you get good at QAing? Like what's like kind of some kind of like recommendations on like how to become a QA and some like how to get good at QAing?
Watch badly sub stuff.
Quite literally.
Quite literally, huh?
It's honestly not even a bad idea just to watch things that are bad and
Yeah.
like check for mistakes.
I mean, I gotta agree actually.
I think something that's helped me a lot, not so much to get started as a QA, but something that's helped me grow at it and get better over time, is actually just talking to other members of the team, like whether it be other QAs or other editors or subbers or whatever. Because the interesting thing about QAing is that everyone's always going to be looking for slightly different things. So, at least the way I personally like to grow my skills is that I'll just, talk to other people, see what they've been picking up in their videos. And then if there's something that they're noticing that I know I haven't necessarily been looking for, then I'll try to incorporate that into my work process down the road.
Right.
I think to Skipper's point, like stuff like editing, like the thumbnailing,
Oh.
it really needs some kind of like you really need to understand. It's not easy to like QA a design, so like you tend to like converse. The QA tends to converse with the editor or like the thumbnailer to actually like get a consensus on like why this design choice was done or like anything else. This creative stuff just like it's not just a case of like oh saying this thing is wrong. It's a form of communication, like okay what I think is better or like oh reaching like a final result for the QA.
Right. So would you say oh, that's right. There's a question, Chima, that's right. There was like a curious cat asking the QAs about something. Do you want to pull that up?
Whoop. Yeah.
Well,
I can pull that up right now.
yeah.
I think
do you wanna
this
pull
one,
that
right?
up? Yeah, the one with like
Um,
a lot of like the one regarding like everyone.
Yeah. So there was a question to the QAs from a different submission about if there were some changes made before the release, why were they changed? So I was wondering. Oh my God, I can't use my mouse. My mouse is broken, by the way, so that's why things keep moving around.
Hooray.
Um,
His
but
mouse is actually broken.
yeah, it keeps double clicking on everything. So if maybe it would be helpful to look at an actual QA doc. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Which one?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Which one?
Which
Yeah,
one?
I mean, I'm down.
Which
Which
one?
one?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
honestly, there
Just
really
go
is no better way of explaining how we do things than just showing
just
a QA
just
doc.
Showing it.
just watch him pick like stars 2, 3 stuff. And
Gonna show
So,
I
like,
got you guys.
or
No.
I have this one, for example, right? This is Taiga's. Yeah, Taiga, since you haven't talked so much yet, do you want to explain how this works?
Sure. Well, first of all, you see the top with all that stuff. I kind of um adopted that from Respect, which was one of the QAs I worked with first for Holo Rewind, and I've just kind of copy pasted that on all of my QA docs. And then below that, there's a color key, showing what changes are for editors and subbers, and then of course to strike through anything that has been changed. I just put everything in chronological order. Yeah, overall notes on the top, and then anything else I find below that.
Right.
Yes.
So you can and scrolling through like the doc, like we've had like we detailed the process that we had for QA in the first podcast. You can see here that there's 2 different QAs for this, and you can see the different style and formatting that each QA has. So between Tiger and Q, you can kind of see that kind of difference, and it's actually kind of insightful to see that kind of difference as well. Yeah, so you can see that Tiger's is just he's got the timestamps and then the kind of issue and the fix, and then but Q has like a sort of like it's almost like a table. You can that kind of formatting. It's actually kind of interesting to see.
Does anybody else want to
having
add to this
flashbacks.
question? Flashbacks of what?
I was the editor for this. I'm having flashbacks.
Having flashbacks.
The moment I see the green highlight, like I just
Yep.
Suffer.
That green highlight is very painful to see.
Green highlight of pain.
Yeah, the
Guys,
green
I
highlight
noticed
is
that we
for
have someone
editors.
come in just now. I just noticed we have someone coming in. Yeah, I
Oh,
wonder
it's
who
the
came
man
in with them.
himself.
Oh,
it's
it's
him.
this Joker.
It's him.
Everyone bring out your
Oh,
gun.
it's this guy.
The infamous man himself.
Oh, no.
Riku is
Riku's fault.
You gonna say something?
Riku.
You're gonna stay muted.
He's cowering.
I just woke
Oh, there
up.
we go.
I just woke up.
Oh my
Look at how
gosh.
soundly he sleeps after all the war crimes he's committed.
Yeah, imagine. Look at this.
I can't believe it.
SMH.
Okay,
Sleeps so soundly.
does anybody else want to comment on this question? If there were some changes made, why were they changed? Or what else?
So so I did a kind of a weird section of the QA process, which was PQA or producer QA, which is the kind of the very, 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 very final QA, where the video has basically all been put together, and then we're checking the overall whole video to see, okay, what are there major things? Are there let's say we've got a incorrect audio level, or maybe there's been things missed in either QA, subtitling, or something like that. And basically it was the final check where we literally would tear apart everything. Now PQA was kind of weird because we would write certain things off because we're like no time to fix. But anything major got marked down for immediate changes, and like any other AQA document, this one's pretty similar in format because it was all done kind of at once and with one format, but the coloring is all pretty much the same. So your editing is in green, you've got blue for your subtitle, subtitling and all sorts of stuff like that, and basically tore these videos apart. And this is like a small summation, I think, of most of the QA. But a lot of this is just looking for what would be really noticeable as a problem, and try and get that fixed before final release, essentially.
Right. So I hear the editors complaining every time they see the hot things highlighted in green. Do the editors kind of want to explain themselves as well?
Pain. It's pain. That's it.
Yeah, basically the job of the QA is to traumatize subbers and editors.
Can we show them? Can we show them the
their job
GIF?
to that? You can boil their job to
But
that.
actually, in my experience of doing the editing, it goes the QA typically sends it a lot of the subtitle errors, right? It gets sent back to the subber, and then the subber changes it and proceeds to traumatize the editor.
No,
because
the subber is worse.
That depends on what issue it is, because if you have to change it and then hard sub it, right? if it's not exactly a long clip, you don't really have to change it all that much because you just change a bit of text and then hard sub it, which is just the computer's doing. But when after that, it's sent to the editor, and then the editor has to recut the clip and put it back in with the right timing.
Sounds like a literal pain in the behind, if you will.
It is.
I noticed. I remember Tara saying in the last podcast, in podcast 2, that the QA would send literally one small line, one small error back, and they would have to redo the entire clip or like re-render it. Any comments on that, QA?
I mean that happened for me when I sent it back a third time, but then in the end it was so minor that it didn't need to be implemented.
Oh, I see the gifs up on the screen.
Oh yeah,
now.
did you just?
Oh my god.
Did you really just say that?
Yeah, and I mean,
sorry.
then
I'm sorry. Now we need to discuss about that.
Did you really just say that?
I mean, there's also stuff that you would like for instance there had been a couple times where I had like put in a edit purposefully, and then I incessantly, every time it goes to QA, the QA is like, this is wrong, this is messed up, there's a thing going on here. I'm like, yes, I know, it's I did that on purpose, stop bringing it up.
Yeah, I had the same thing happen to me as well. I did some things on purpose, but QA didn't like it, so had to go.
You put things on
I would go run
purpose.
to my director.
I'm sorry.
Yep, exactly.
You put things in to make sure the QAs were paying attention.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Right,
Yeah, we'll
it's on
go.
purpose,
Test their abilities.
not an accident.
I'm sorry for tormenting you during Roboco.
Oh no, that was actually one of my easier ones. Thank you for going easy on me.
Atlas, your QAs wasn't that
I need
bad.
to
Like,
change that.
have you seen sheer position,
like,
dude?
Yeah,
You have to look at that. Oh no, Gen 2.
You see, like, I have to
Oh,
be
God.
careful what I say here because, like, I'm surrounded by the QAs for my videos. So like,
Oh man.
You're getting guns aimed at your head, bro.
I'm afraid I'm gonna get like dragged into a back alley and stabbed or something later. So
No,
Yeah,
you just be
meet me,
given
meet,
like
me,
you just
meet me behind the 7-Eleven at 11.
okay, so
At the 7-Eleven at 11.
make it painless, please.
if you insult the QAs, they will kill you. They just keep like finding errors in your video.
I'm gonna keep tormenting you for life.
That's our job.
Chima, do you want to put up the do you want to put up the one that says what's the hardest obstacle you guys faced during the project?
Yeah. Let's move to a different topic. What's the
Let's move to a
hardest?
different topic.
Yeah, what's the hardest obstacle you guys faced? Out of all the things that you guys did.
Actually working with my QA.
Bit rates.
Mine doesn't
Bit
even have
rates.
nothing to do with
Bit
the project. They were just school on my.
I mean, that's
This is time management.
during the
Yeah,
project.
time management. Yeah, the editors
Yeah.
can't say the QA is being the hardest obstacle because that's not an obstacle.
Yeah, no. For me, it was I got creative block. I got creative block a lot during editing, so I'd just stare at my screen for hours on end and just couldn't come up with anything.
Yeah, I know exactly how I feel. I'm just not
Honestly,
creative. I just
Yeah.
accepted that.
After I
Then
worked
I-
on
then
the journal, I was like, I thought I would have no creative juices at all, but I'm glad that I did have some left to be able to work on the videos. I think they came out well, but like, oh my gosh, I was like incredibly tired after seeing Gen 4 premiere. Like, I can fight. I'm free. I'm free.
On top
Not
of
from the basement.
creative block, this is the first project I ever did for VTuber subbing, period. Like working on VTubers at all, because I joined HLR in like
Pretty good.
October 31st and just got thrown into this project.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
That's during the
nobody
break
told me
period.
I could say no.
Hold on.
And I
Riku,
thought that I had to have a
Riku, the
legitimate
picture.
reason.
The picture.
The
Go find the
picture?
picture and send
You're
it
not the
to
only
Wait,
one.
Chima.
oh, is it that picture? Is it
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
thing that I
is
said?
that picture there?
Yes.
Oh, it's that thing that I said. I think I
Oh
have
my
that picture if
gosh.
nobody has
Can
it.
you send
Oh
it
my
on the
God.
channel?
Yeah, here, let me
Yes.
send it to you.
Yeah,
What is this picture? Now I need to
this
see
is
it.
this is
I-
needed.
Yeah, I'll
I
put
have
it up
it?
when
Oh,
I
hold
find the
on.
picture.
Fuck me. I don't know
Yeah,
if I have
so
it.
Yeah, so while they're finding it, I'm the odd one out where my issue was more IRL. Like as I mentioned in the first podcast, I got like deathly ill, like
Oh.
bedriddenly ill, right towards the end of the project. So that was the hardest thing, was trying to finish Stars 2 and 3 while being like dying quite literally.
That is a pretty big obstacle.
There you go.
That is a pretty big obstacle.
I don't think I had very many obstacles, but like when I was starting out, like this was like, apart from one of the videos I QA'd for Anahara, this was like the first time I really QA'd anything, so I was like a little nervous, and not to mention the person I was working with was like on the opposite side of the world, so we were never online at the same time, so we just had to like keep passing things back and forth while the other person was asleep.
That's why you don't sleep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't
Sleep is not allowed in
I didn't sleep, and now I regret it.
The week.
Just break your sleep schedule.
Just
What
okay.
sleep schedule?
You don't understand the pain you
Imagine
caused.
really
during
place.
HLR.
Just
I never
log
had a
off
sleep
the
schedule to
website.
break.
During internal QA, there was like a whole like week and a half where I legit just stayed up until like 6 or 7 in the morning, and then woke up an hour later for classes. Because
feel that.
otherwise, just communication was just gonna disintegrate.
That's whole rewind.
QA.
No sleep.
Riku.
So this is Shear's message.
There is the receipt.
But it's
We got-
did by applying. It's we working on the biggest Hololive fan problem project to date.
Man's literally got the receipt out.
Yeah. Now you can face anything.
Yeah, I was really upset that night. I got very tired, and then I can't remember what it was that upset me. But then Riku was like, "Yeah, you signed up for this," and no, I fucking didn't. I signed up to make like HLR videos, not this shit.
He went through the door in the house.
To be fair,
Excuse me.
Wait,
excuse my language.
hold on.
Riku just unmuted, bro.
oh, no.
Wait,
Oh, Lord.
in
Riku
context-
dragged all of us into this. That's why
Yeah.
it's his fault.
Kill him.
Wait, hold on. In
fine.
context, I opened the application specifically for Holo Rewind. I just
No,
forgot
you
to
didn't.
mention.
No, you didn't.
No.
There was no message that
Riku,
mentioned
Yeah, but
Riku,
no.
Riku,
But I
no,
didn't
no,
mention
Riku.
Wait. Let's let Polo
The
speak.
blood is on your hands.
Hold on.
Let's let
hold
Polo
on.
speak.
Okay. All right. Riku, you're freaking wrong, because I was the one who actually put that application together. Originally, the original plan had been, oh, well, we need to get more people in, because like all of our people are busy with Holo Rewind, so we need to get some more people in, and we can get them to like do videos while we're
right.
doing Holo Rewind, and then
All right,
and then
we didn't
and
plan
then
to
we-
involve the new
right.
probies.
right, and then we're sitting there looking at Holo Rewind going, well, we're like weeks behind schedule now. Hey, probies, you're all working on Holo Rewind now.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
All
all your
right.
fault.
At first, we didn't want to involve the probies like here.
I didn't expect to
that's
get
correct.
involved. I was literally new to this. Like I just joined. I'm like, there's no way they'd let me work on that. Like
But you're
that
glad you were a
looked
part
like
of it,
fun.
right?
Oh, you said
so-
that it was fun.
It
So-
was fun. Riku, fun and struggling are not wait, hold on. My brain
They're
is
not
dying.
mutually
Excuse me.
inclusive. So
My
so
schedule's still so screwed
maniac.
because of you, Riku. I hate you.
you know I'm just going to
He's having fun with this. He has no mercy.
I'll just say one thing. I think the reason why Riku wanted to drag you in here was because you mentioned something about having a really good computer that can edit and render
Oh,
really fast.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did. So that's why QA
Yes.
wasn't very painful for me because I could just re-render stuff really quick. So, yeah,
Yep.
QA was not too
Jesus
bad
Christ.
for me.
Okay. So speaking of editors and editing, I have a marshmallow specifically for editors.
Oh no,
So-
here we go.
This is kind of a
I
long
already-
one,
I already have.
and
Oh,
I think that like
Oh my god.
maybe you guys can
Lang.
like maybe you guys can think about this and answer a specific part. Polos is already dying. Considering the finished creation for Hololive 2020, what prioritized order would you now create in hindsight of the parts in production that is between clip submissions as a video structure, such as non-clip related parts or additional visuals, sounds, credits. So I think like it would be great for Eon to talk about some of the transitions, for example. So what order would you now prioritize these parts to begin with with the start of a new production? I don't know, maybe Holo Rewind 2021, as fast as possible.
No.
Please no.
No.
No,
Please
not 2021, please.
No.
I beg you.
I don't even want to.
The traumatized team.
Not 2021 edition.
No.
If we're gonna do another Holo Rewind, we need a bigger team.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can we get like double the amount of people, please?
Who knows? There might be like
yeah, at
6 extra
least.
generations in 2021.
So I'm just going to take this moment to just remind our viewers that both Anohara subs and HLR are both recruiting. Just see our weekly channel.
Yeah, come join.
Come up live. So the,
No
message
basement.
not child slavery. Please believe us.
The message here is that if you want to see a Holo Rewind 2021, join us and make it yourself.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
I'm not working on this shit again.
Oh, sure you won't.
I'll work on it again,
No,
but not
I
at the
literally
scale.
can't.
Not at the scale we were doing it. Like I think for editors, we basically it is when it came to editors, it was essentially one editor per generation.
Yeah, that
For the
can't
most
happen.
part.
Unless
can't happen
an
again.
editor want to like go for another talent, that's what we did. If an editor wants to do a specific talent, then they go for it. Like as long as the as long as
Like-
the editor in charge for that generation like approves of that, then they get the
Yeah, like
talent.
2 talents.
I think if we do
Yeah.
I think if we do a 2021, it's 2 or 3 per editor at most.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
reasonable.
Five is too much, especially with the time we had.
Yeah,
Wait, how much?
I was like at 2. Yeah, I was at 2. Two talents to edit, and I'm like, okay, this isn't too bad. I got 3. I'm like, okay, this is starting to get a little.
Yeah.
Got to 4
Yeah.
and 5. I'm just like, why?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. They just
Okay,
kept
we-
rolling it, you're like, oh crap.
I could do the back and
No,
forth with the QA.
Okay, everybody,
Didn't you have, like, 8?
we got a comment from somebody. His name is Sheer Precision. I don't know who that is, but he says, "Where can I apply for? Where can I apply for Aonahara? I would like to work for Holo Rewind 2026."
I'm timing this man out. I'm timing him out.
Ban him.
Tell him to get into this call if he wants his answer.
He was here for a second.
He was.
Join the call.
Oh no, we're gonna have to start calling the shears by what group
Oh
they're in.
god.
But yeah, sure, you had like
Sheer number 1 and sheer number 2.
eight talents you were working on, right?
I passed off the like last 3 to Blue and Bearder because I could not handle 8. There was no way I would get them done.
Wait, you were editing 8 talents?
I was at one point. I had 8 talents.
He signed up for it. He signed up for it.
I did.
Yeah, I
I did
remember
because I
him
had
being
so much extra time.
confident.
I had like a ton of extra time.
You
and
signed up for it, and then
completely
in the image it literally
underestimated.
says, "Bro, I didn't sign up for this." What do you mean?
I said
This
that.
man is lying.
No.
This man is a hypocrite.
He took 8. He take 8 talents. He didn't sign up for this. Like, I'm in this project. I'm gonna take 8 of them, and then he just regretted.
But I remember him being so confident that he can do 8 talents.
And
I remember asking him, "Are you sure?"
I was stupid.
I asked
I
him,
was
"Are you
stupid.
sure?" He said
I was
yes.
stupid. Henry, I was
have a
stupid.
good computer. That's why I can edit 8 talents at the same
No,
time.
I just underestimated the amount of work because I hadn't gotten any talents to edit yet.
So it was like your first couple editing projects, and you hadn't yet experienced AQA.
I think I only had
He-
Aqua at that point.
Let's be clear here. Sheer quite literally had no idea what he was doing.
Yeah.
This was like quite literally, like we didn't even hand him a regular video project before. Like literally he signed up, mentioned he had a good computer, and Rika's like, "Hey, will you help with rendering stuff for Holo Rewind?" Sheer's like, "Okay." And then one thing led to another, and it became his first video project. And I did not pay enough attention to him until like I think we were in a producers meeting, and I was looking at the workload and going, Jesus, this sheer guy, he's doing quite a bit there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I just want to apologize to Solemn for like literally doing nothing on ID and then just saying, "Yeah, I don't want to do it anymore here. I have these other editors do it." I want to say sorry. That was a dick move of me. I wouldn't have done it if I'd known how much work it actually was. So I'm sorry, Solemn, if you hear this.
You poor
He's probably dead.
Poor
No,
child.
he's definitely dead.
He's definitely dead.
Well, might as well apologize anyways.
Yeah,
He
from
uses
the
grave.
grave. Yeah, Eon,
Well,
you
it's on
know,
record, so.
Eon, you specifically made these introduction, animations. Can you talk a little bit about that?
The in between talent transitions.
Yeah.
Can you show like
Show one. Show one.
yeah, show one just so that people know what is meant. Show the gamers one.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
no,
the
it's fine. This one is fine. This one is
He
fine.
just likes the gamers one the
No,
most.
actually,
The
you
gamers
gotta.
one is so nice.
I think
So, yeah.
you should like show the regular one, the gamers one. And
Yeah.
I think you should. show all
Chima, Polos brings up a
in
good
China.
point. We have to show the Matsuri clip, the ending Matsuri
Oh my
clip.
gosh.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
we
we
gotta
have to
show
show
it,
that
we gotta
one.
because
Okay.
Later.
that's amazing.
That was
Okay.
insane.
That
For
one
the
was
viewers,
impressive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
viewers
so
out
let's-
there.
Let's look at some parts of clips. Hold on, let me change some things up in my side over here.
Oh, can you also show the Marion clip? The one that was entirely typeset?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah,
let me
that
just show
one.
the Matsuri one first. I think it was.
This was
Oh wait, and the Mel
insane.
one, the signs.
Yes,
Matsu was last,
yes.
right? Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
let me
Matsuri right
admit
at the
something.
end.
I
Very
want to
end.
sing one of the
Very end.
rewind
Right,
videos.
No, no,
Very
right at the very
No,
end.
it's at the very end. Yeah. the last
Oh,
one.
is
that
it
one.
this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one
Yeah.
right
Okay.
at the beginning.
Okay,
Right
okay.
at the end. Right at the end.
All of them, the entire
Yeah.
clip, right here.
So
Look at that.
Look at the background. It's animated.
did any of our viewers realize?
Yeah. So
Look at
so
the waves.
yeah, look, if you watch the waves, they start to move. If you watch the original, these aren't animated in the original.
本当はさ、そう、あそこの
Beyond the
さ、
Beast
団子
animation.
食べたかったの。
So I think the original is linked down here.
Is it?
Yeah,
Someone,
Eka-
either Chima or EK did it. I remember like exposed it.
EK did
Oh
it.
yeah, there's Ek right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Now watch
so
the original stream.
so just
It's just
watch
still
how
image.
amazing this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the thing is, it's just such a minor thing that it's like I feel like a lot of people just overlook it.
I
Yeah.
overlooked it the first time either. Like, I spent like a good 10 minutes rewatching the entire like Matsuri video. And I was like, and then I realized that I was like, holy shit,
This is the sort
this
of thing
mad
where if,
lad.
like,
There's
if,
al-
this
there's
is the
also
sort
the
of thing
other-
where
we also-
行かなかったじゃん。
if it wasn't for Ian saying that there was something to look
また
for there,
一緒に
I
来てくれる
legitimately don't think anyone would have noticed this.
No, I wouldn't have noticed either. Like Eon was like, oh yeah, no one caught the
なんか
Easter
ま
egg. I
た
was
来
like,
れる
wait,
って
what
思っ
Easter
たら
egg?
Like,
Yeah.
like this
I
went
think-
through all of the QAs, like from like the
It passed
first
through
one.
東京
everyone.
帰ってからさ、行き
No
たいと
one
こ
knew
ろ
it
が
until like
No one
I
noticed.
DM'd them. I was like, hey, I want to make sure of something. Like, is this okay? Because like I wanted to make sure that on my editing software it shows some fragmentation. I was like, okay, I want to make it's like not it doesn't show up in the final video. I was like, okay, at least at least see like okay, make sure that this passed through QA. And I just DM'd them. We were like, wait, what edit on the last one? All of them, all three processes. I was happy on that. That was the like that was the pinnacle of subtle. Also the Mel sign. The Mel sign actually took longer than the Matsuri one.
Yeah,
The Mel
those
sign?
Minecraft
Which-
signs. That was
is it this
really
one?
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was
this one,
good.
yeah.
これか
Minecraft
あ
sign.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, the Minecraft. Yeah, those signs were great. Like,
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
like I was like,
Oh, no, you gotta do that. You gotta do that. You gotta do that frame by frame.
Frame by frame.
Those are
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Yeah.
They look
Good
good.
job, Ian.
I didn't even realize those until you guys were like, "Oh, the Minecraft signs." Like, what about the Minecraft signs?
Yeah.
Right.
No, like I like constantly. I was like really proud of like my Yagu Pat like Easter egg that I put into Roberu in 2.3. That I thought it was just hilarious, and then I watched Eon's Easter egg, and I'm like, well, I feel inadequate now.
Right. Story
I
like
think
half
the
the editors.
I'm
I
literally
think the
just
biggest
like
thing is
so proud.
for the
Oh, Sam, you keep going. You keep going, Sam.
I think the biggest thing is when it comes to the wave animation, you also have to know that the original wasn't animated to be able to appreciate the fact that this one is.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't know the original, then it could have just been the original. No one knows.
Yeah.
But you know that the original wasn't, and that this one is. That's where the actual amazement comes from.
Yep.
Yeah,
you would
that's
you would
exactly what I thought.
you would have watched the archive before if you would figure this out. If you've never watched this, you would never figure it out.
Yeah, I
Right.
never watched this clip, and I was like, "Wait, the waves are moving." I had no clue that wasn't from the
Yeah.
original.
Yeah.
Which one was that entirely typeset one, by the way, Ian? Was it the was it the marine one?
Yeah, Marine.
Which
Which
one?
part
Which
is it?
clip?
Was it a? You were just there. You were just there.
He's lagging. He's dying.
Eon's dying.
Oh my gosh!
No.
Oh my god, Eon.
Someone save him!
Oh no.
What's
Someone-
the
Eon, please don't die.
First
He's
call of
eventually traveling.
Take sure.
Oh yes, this.
Oh, is it this
Is
one?
it this? Yeah.
Yeah, Sam came up with
Holy
this
hell, I
idea
haven't
first,
seen
right?
this.
No, actually, this is my clip. I sent him this one.
Right.
I don't know who did the actual writing on the note, who did the subtitling for that, because I didn't do the actual text. The parts that I did was, first of all, the parts that I did was first of all the zoom, and second of all the fact that there's no white boxes in the bottom one. Because in the original one, because the Japanese text goes so much longer than the English one, there's a bunch of white boxes that blurred out the actual text, and those are a lot more visible. So I had to recolor it to be roughly closer to the notes coloring.
Yeah, Eon, do you want to add something?
What? Add something? I'm here. What? Add something? Wait, no, we didn't talk about the transitions at all.
Yeah.
We didn't. We actually just gave. We didn't talk about
Oh,
transitions
this one?
whatsoever.
So
This Gen 3 one.
yeah, these ones. So like wait, let's talk about the marine one first. Like Sam did a real good job in like tracking the zoom for the entire like text just now. The typesetting that was like not easy to do using what it did. But
Surprisingly, it didn't take me as long as I thought it would.
Yeah. Regarding the transitions, here is like the so there's like I did like 5 transition styles, I think 5 or 6. So like there are some special ones like Hololive. We have the base animation for all of them. We also have Holo Stars, Holo ID, and Holo CN. So it's a total of 6 of these. So like, this one is very special because it is very tailored to the like generation and to the idol, because the entire concept of this is like fantasy. So there's a stupid dragon. But yeah, when doing this, like I try to keep both consistency and special, customize it a bit for the others. Like you can see here, there's a giant ship behind Marine. That is, I mean, you all know why there's a giant ship behind Marine.
No way.
Skip to Flare. Skip to Flash. Flash is decent. So here you can see like there's a fire. So there's a fire because I mean flare. So I think so. Basically, like it's just a balancing of like trying to keep things as consistent. Like like the logo of the character it needs to be there. The like the subscriber thing, and yeah, it's like this one is just a very special case. For like fantasy, there are like others. Like I want to show gamers because I love gamers.
Oh,
Yeah,
the gamers
sure,
one was so
gamers.
cool. Yeah, I really like the gamers.
Gamers
one
is
too.
lower than yeah.
Dude, I'm so sorry for like everyone who had to work with the bit rates.
Yeah.
I hate the audio delay. That's what I hated.
Oh
So
yeah,
this one, the gamers one is this was like I was given an example from the other animator in our team, like Minzi. So like we brainstormed it on a bit, and I changed it to make it look like a more of a more towards like platforming thing. So it's the entire theme of it is like basically a platform with like a loading screen. It's nice. I can't say much. Like oh yeah, the anime character like here Fubuki moves and other stuff.
How did you do
was
that?
sometime. It's a masking.
Right.
It's I can't say much other than like taking stuff and masking it, and then like moving it using puppet pins. So it's not. It took like at least like the easiest I think it takes like 3 hours per.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
A few hours.
Wow.
Like,
Three wow. 3
The most-
hours.
the most I can do in a day I think was like 5 a day, but that was like the basic transition. That was
5
like
a
the most
day.
basic. I think it's
Christ.
like 2 to 3 hours. It's because you need to like the thing about animating this is like I did it with the oh look at the ears. The
Someone likes cat ears.
I think
Yeah, I
looking
agree
over
with
his own work.
it's a case. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I sometimes I'm so like weirded out by what I do. So,
It's okay. We need
it's like,
someone to speak.
so like these things you need to like because you can't like take the entire thing and like animate it like because using puppet pins because it will like deform the character. So you have to split it. So you just split it to hands, the tail, and like other parts. Like there's ones like Ayame's one. Ayame's one. I'm so sorry for that. So for making you like skip through. It's such IMS one. I don't know where it is.
It's right there.
IMS. Oh, right.
行ってきます。
A bit low. Yeah, like this one.
Oh, the floating
IMS.
spread.
IMS one took so many like layers because her hands, the floating spirits. Like I think there's a you don't see it much, but like the ribbon on the lower right individually animated out too.
What?
And her hair. So her hair because like most long hair characters, you cannot animate her hair unless like until you cut it out. So like you need to because you don't want it to like it overlays with the hands. So you need to cut it out separately and then animate it separately. And you want it to move with the head, but since like you need to cut it out like with the hands,
God.
you cannot like you cannot like fuse it out well. So it's basically a few layers doing stuff like this.
That's
yeah,
fucking insane.
Eon, you're
Yeah, what
nuts.
was the longest one that took you to animate it? What was the longest one that took you?
Longest
Yeah,
one?
Yeah, the longest one.
The most okay, I think Ayame is actually the longest. Let me check. I don't remember. Ayame has one of the most like layers. Let me check.
Do you want to talk about the
Matsuri
CN
also
ones and
took-
the?
Oh yeah, the CNID one.
ID one.
The CN one were like there were issues. I apologize for like the like complexity it was. CN ones. What do you want me to talk about CN ones?
The ink. I remember that giving a lot of hassles and issues.
Yeah. So before this, I actually like I mean, I was so like ambitious. I didn't really know like the issues with bitrate and stuff. So you can see now like it transitions using a circle. I used an overlay before that is like an ink melting because Chinese calligraphy
Calligraphy.
钟开 yeah. So like it's definitely something that I wish would went in the final product. But like it's like you can see the bamboo swaying and like the leaves swaying, the leaves in the background particles, and also like the sign behind the character. Those are like I think those are kind of, those are enough to like signify that hey I am CN. Hi. Yeah, so working on CN was like fun. Just like working on all of them was fun in general.
Yeah, I
It's
just
fun,
think
but
this is a lot of just work that you put in.
Yeah. Like
And he did it
this is
alone.
insane. Like the amount of
Also-
effort.
Do we want to talk about what happened to CN1 right before upload? Okay. All right. So I'll start this off. Gen 2 was done, so I thought I was finished. I went to go play Xbox, and then I get a message from Polos. He hunted me down on Xbox Live to message me and ask me to come emergency render CN1. And I was like, okay, you went through all this effort to find me. I might as well go do it. And then I get the files from the previous editor, and they're all out of order. The file structure is just garbage. So I have to go back and manually remap every single file back into the project. And then he lost files. He didn't send some. So then I had to go in and fix the missing files and then render it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who was the previous editor?
It was John. John is. I gave him a bit of a talking to about file structure.
Yeah, I remember that.
No,
He went missing.
Hold on. I feel like I have to defend my integrity here because I feel like there was a stalker accusation here.
No, not
I literally clicked his. I literally clicked share. It said he was on Xbox. I opened up
That's
his
a little
profile.
stalker saying.
There's his Xbox Live profile. I'm like, okay. Open up Xbox on Windows 10. Send him a message.
Yeah, no, I didn't say that to kind of insinuate that you were stalkery. I more wanted to highlight it as like a token of your dedication, like how far you'd go to
There's
get.
a lot of ways
to
someone
re-render.
can
take
get
that one. Yeah. I just like literally
I found
I
it
was like,
impressive.
someone's like, we need it rendered fast. I'm like, she can do it.
Yeah.
Hunts him down.
Yeah,
That was like hours before release.
Yeah,
it was.
Here's the culprit.
Hey, it still went better than
Oh, there it is.
Still went better than freaking Stars 2 and 3. God.
Oh yeah, do you want to talk about Stars 2 and 3? What happened there? I still don't understand.
Yeah. I don't actually know what happened. I was
Okay.
watching that, and as it was going on, what happened?
Okay, so this is a bit of a saga. So probably the vast majority of these issues probably would have been solved if it weren't for the fact that someone crashed their car, and while I was feeling like roughly somewhat better, so they went for what's called all-call. It's a
So you were sick.
term, basically saying I was
You were
sick.
bedridden.
Yeah, well, I was feeling better at that point. That would later take quite a turn on that, but they didn't all call, which basically means shit hit the fan. We need everyone who is like somewhat available to respond immediately for this traffic accident. We don't have enough people essentially. So I was like, well, shit, I have to go. And this is like a couple hours before PQA is almost done, and they're doing some last minute sub changes. So I've got to re-render the video before upload. So I'm like, okay, I've got a little bit of time. I'll just swap the clips out and then do a final render and upload. This shouldn't take me too long. So, and it didn't. I was there for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in the most. came back to back home. I think Shern was the one who did all the subbing things, sent those in clutch, and I got those got the clips swapped out in like a couple minutes. Anyone who does Premiere knows you can swap clips really quickly, and then rendered it. And I don't know if I think there was something wrong with the render. So I fed it to YouTube, but I went through the entire video. The whole video was there. And it played fine in VLC, but anything will play fine in VLC. And then submitted it into YouTube for the upload. Started doing the upload. Upload's going on. Okay, it's uploaded. Like, sweet, we're gonna be fine. And because like up until this point, every single one of our videos had processed in like 10-15 minutes.
Right.
And then 30 minutes had passed. And then 40 minutes had passed. And then 50 minutes had passed. And then an hour had passed. And then I'm like desperately making messages, like apologizing with the official like Hololive Resort subs account, going like, I don't know what's wrong. YouTube's fucking with us. And so I'm like, it finally finishes SD. I'm like, okay, HD should be shortly behind it. And I go in to like put the title cards at the end of the video, and I realize it is lopped off the last couple minutes of the video. Completely, they're not there. So I made an emergency re-render with a slightly lower bit rate, really quickly, and uploaded that. At this point, we were like, everyone go to this version, which is the version that was posted. Go here. This is the official version. The other one's going to be deleted. This is the one that'll premiere, and that's the video you got. So like I dropped some of the bitrate down a little bit, and did some minor tweaking on the settings to make it quicker to render, so I could render it really quickly, because it was a little bit of a time crunch, and didn't have the same issue. So don't check your videos in VLC. It's a bad idea, because apparently VLC is much better at dealing with bullshit with your bad rendering than YouTube is.
Yep. Yeah. What a story! What a story!
I think I remember that now. I remember the absolute panic fest we were having.
Like I quite literally, I like was sitting there as this video is like failing to process quickly, just going like, I have doomed the entire project. Like everything is wrong. This whole project is falling apart, and it's all my fault. Like I felt absolutely horrible.
You gotta remember that was like the second time we had the panic fest. You were not the only one. There was like one.
Right, but this is also
right after you.
At this point, this is the first one that we had actually like had to like hard delay.
Yeah. Oh, that was like just the worst case scenario happening. YouTube absolutely screwing up, and the video not being able to be processed.
Yeah.
All I've really learned from this is have Shear's computer.
Yep. Share, you're buying us a
Yeah,
computer
everyone
each.
share computer.
What?
Buy every editor a computer.
Yeah, no, like I have a fairly decent computer, so like I mean I basically it's a 1 second to 1 second of video processed. So like it's fairly quick. I rendered Hollow Stars Gen 2.3 this version in about what 18 minutes or something like that, 18-20. Not too bad. I mean, but yeah, I mean like. I have to say though, it's probably my best editing work. But
yeah, that Gen 2 video, that Gen 2 and 3 video is excellent. Yeah, I mentioned this in podcast 2 and the one just before, but I actually showed my girlfriend the both of the Holostars videos, and now she's a Holostars simp. So that's fun.
The conversion was successful.
Yeah, the video was very
like,
successful.
Yeah, If you haven't seen that, there is an Easter egg in two and three. It's in Rabaru's section. It's one like 2 or 3 clips in, and Yagu is in the chat. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? That
you
was
guys
an
can
Easter
check
egg?
that later.
Yeah, I
that
was
was
trying
an
to Easter egg that.
Oh man,
Well,
I didn't
maybe
even
you guys
notice.
can find. Yeah, maybe you guys can find it yourself. I wanna skip to Gen 4 because just as a very last thing, I want to talk about Henry's work with the head pats, and not the head pats, but the table bangs. The table bangs.
Those table bangs were incredible.
Oh yes,
Oh, the
those
table
table bangs
yeah.
were very
So
well
I think
done.
that was Toa section. Is that right?
Toa. It has to be Toa. I think
It has
Toa's
to
the
be
only one that
Toa.
bangs her table.
There's only
Yeah,
one
she's
option.
the-
It's Toa.
Yeah, that meme is associated with Toa somehow.
I mean, it's how she summons the foreign fans.
This summons the foreign fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, where
She
is
does
that
that,
one?
and then like, I think just
Find
It's
anything
like
about
a little bit after
Ah,
that.
this one too.
right
that one.
Yeah.
That one has one. Yeah.
そうね
Then, like,
今日はね
everything
この
after
山
that.
場を越えればねすごいいいと思うんだけどね
There it is.
Wow.
oh yeah, there's also the TF2 noises, the crit sound.
大パン大喜びなん
I
で
think that
え
was
そ
on
うな
Gen
の
2.
え大パンすると
Right
どういう
here.
反応なの海外にき
Is there?
マイナス、
うん
デスクくんマイナス 10HP って返ってきます海外眷属現
Yeah, I just noticed the Uzi
The
on
already
that.
broken table
Yeah,
just
can you-
further.
Do you see that? Do you see that?
Yep. Yep.
What is
My time has come.
Oh.
You should,
pretty good.
I think one of the. I think just as a small note, it might have been funnier if you just changed it into a pile of wood.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
funny
yeah.
too. Toa someone's
Yeah.
so strong she turns table into firewood.
or just a pile of dust.
あ来た
And then you look at
This is-
the
I'm sorry.
chat.
My
Yeah,
brain.
you look at
yeah,
chat and it's all just
Yeah.
a.
My
I think that
like,
might have
my
been a good.
brain,
That might have been a
though-
good section if you zoomed in on chat.
Oh, yeah.
You see, when it like cracked, like was cracked and she hit it again. I thought like when I first watched that, I was like, man, I wish we had done something with the subtitles where like it would like go through the subtitles and like spin the subtitles down in a way.
That
You
would've
missed,
been
like,
really
one more
cool.
table.
Oh,
There was,
that
like,
that
one
sounds
more
even
table.
harder though, because working on subtitles is separate from working on editing, so that would be even more
Mhm.
difficult.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
You would have to have
Oh,
a
I'm-
version
I'm-
without
yeah.
the subtitles and then add them in, but then there's also other matching issues.
I mean, like I ended up working with a subtitled version of one of the clips with a green screen. So like I was dealing with the raws, and I was actually green screening
Oh,
in
yeah.
the subtitles, so they were
Yeah.
over edits that were affecting the composition and colors of the shot. Because otherwise, like the greens on Oga were like completely washed out.
Oh,
Rip.
rip.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
annoying.
So there's a lot
That
going
would've
on
been
in the
annoying.
background that
Yeah.
you might not notice on the first run.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Yeah, we ended like because we had to remove because it was originally we green screened as in like it was like an actual like blue, well it's blue screen, but a blue screen with the text on it, but the chroma key was washing the colors out, so I actually ended up having still images. Shern sent me still images of the subtitles, and I had to manually set them in there.
Hard subbing.
Yeah, I put them in as an image on top of it, and I had to do all the timing and everything like that.
Yeah,
It's
Paul,
annoying.
I had to do the same thing for a few clips in Gen 2 as well.
You see,
Yeah.
naive me at the beginning of my stages of Weebery, that's how I thought all subbing was done, actually. I thought everyone just hard subbed. I actually didn't realize that green screen subs were a thing until recently. Yep, naive weeb me didn't realize that anime
Naive
subbing was quite this difficult.
And now we all
there's
watch,
a lot of
like,
ways to do it, at least that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now like after doing subtitling, I can't watch obviously I watch it, but like Crunchyroll, Funimation, like all of these like quote unquote like professional subs, I'm constantly like staring at them, going, "Oh man, that's horribly subbed. Oh, this is terrible."
Yeah, I know.
Like, like, can't you do tracking any better? Like, it's like panning like the subtitle and then just like jumping like a couple like inches like every time. It's just like, look, we can do this in free tools and make it nice and smooth. Like, why can't you? You're a professional company.
It's funny because ever since I joined Aonahara, I don't think I've judged anime subs more hard than after.
For sure.
Our poor QA people, our poor QA people are probably sitting there going like, "That's wrong. Why is that comma there? This is spelled
No. Earlier during lunch, my brothers have been rewatching Naruto, and they were watching in sub, thankfully. So I was looking at the subs because I was sitting there eating lunch. We kind of watch stuff whenever we eat together. So I was sitting there, I was watching it, and I saw that, so like don't with the apostrophe. It was like I don't know the name of it, but like I don't know, on the same key as the tilde or whatever it's called. It was like that. So DON space the apostrophe space T. And that was like every single like word like that.
Oh, it was a sing. I don't actually know what way exactly it's called, but I just referenced it as a single quote.
I was like suffering so bad. It was like that for every single episode.
Yeah, I actually can't watch some animes anymore because I realize just how poorly subtitled everything is.
It's funny because I remember.
Go ahead.
I remember watching anime. It was and just because like multiple people were talking and they're putting all the text at the very bottom, I was like, this is my eyes hurt.
Yep. Oh gosh. Like
I can't stand the jumping subtitles is like the most like irritating thing to me because it's like, okay, just if you're not gonna do it right, please just don't do it.
Yep. I don't get why professional companies can't hire better staff.
I mean, they could hire Riku.
Because they don't want to
Mr. Anal Sub.
Is this the start of Aonahara and Holores being recruited by an anime company?
I mean, I've actually been roped into doing anime now.
We'll make our own anime. We'll make our own anime.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We've got some marshmallows actually, guys.
There is light arrows.
We've got some marshmallows. Chima, do you want to flip to those marshmallows?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Hold on. I'm just gonna do it on this one because it's cleaner. So how do you manage to keep your sanity when directing Holo Rewind? And how much sanity have you and your team lost in terms of brain cells?
A lot of crying.
How do you manage to keep my sanity when I don't have any sanity in the first place?
Exactly.
Oh,
what sanity? What sanity?
What sanity?
Yeah, first you need no sanity and a lot of crying.
As long as you're
a lot of crying.
As long as you're a masochist, then you'll be fine.
Yeah,
look who's talking here.
No, like
I'm not a masochist, dude. What do you mean?
Like how many brain cells they've lost? Negative.
Like all I can think of right now is the freaking Arc Knights like sanity memes right now. Like
yes, I have some of those actually. Yes. Yeah. My as one of the proofreading this was fun because I have no sleep schedule. My sleep schedule is completely destroyed. I have been trying to fix my sleep schedule for 4 years now. It has not been fixed. So I would get pings at 8 a.m. from Respect, like, hey, any proofreaders available to help fix this? And I would just be sitting at my computer with eye bags on under my eyes and was like, what do you need, Respect? Oh, what do you need?
Are you telling us that no matter how broken our sleep schedule is, we'll never be able to fix it, so we should give up?
Yes. Yes, I'm saying that.
Right. Got it!
Now.
Saving me a lot of work, thank you.
Like, I don't know how many times I stayed up overnight because of
Oh, yes.
I had to like stay up all night just to wait for something.
Yeah, I had to stay up late to even talk with Riku because we're in pretty much opposite time zones. So if I ever wanted to coordinate anything, I'd have to stay up till like 1 in the morning.
Yeah, like I Holo Rewind legitimately probably almost killed me.
Oh yeah, it
Been
almost killed me.
because, well, not in the sense of like sleep deprivation. I almost fell asleep at the wheel.
Oh,
while driving.
no.
Oh,
Actually,
Dude,
That's
oh,
dangerous.
So because I work because while uh, while doing Hollow Rewind, I had been scheduled in the beginning of January to start an EMT class. I thought we were going to be done with this before we started the EMT class. So my hell began
How long you
because
were?
I would be editing like nonstop until like 4 or 6 a.m. try and catch some sort of sleep, and then I had to go to work at 8 a.m. I got off work at 4 p.m., went home to eat something, and then drove an hour to attend a 4-hour class that ended at 10 p.m., and then drive an hour home.
oh no, dude. That's
Damn.
So,
Dude,
that's
so
dangerous.
yeah, I think one night I think we were talking about actually doing these podcasts, and like I was like, hey, is any like can we just like meet now in Discord, and I'll be
Oh, yeah, I remember
driving,
that.
because quite literally it was like the only thing that was keeping me somewhat like mentally engaged and not like going to sleep.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm glad
Yeah.
I'm glad you're feeling better now, though. Like that must
Yeah,
have
I
sucked
mean,
feeling
it didn't help
Mhm.
being sick and just
But the trauma is still there.
it will never go
Still there.
away. Fuck you, Riku.
Riku's fault.
But when I hear like everyone like staying up super late, it reminds me that I joined because I joined the team. Like I joined the actual Anahara server like very late November and then made it in like a week later. And I was kind of caught into it as well, but like not as much as everyone else. So when I hear everyone like staying up and stuff, it kind of makes me like grateful I didn't like suffer like that, because then it would have made school a lot difficult. I don't want to fail this year, but it's like I don't know. It's like it makes me really thankful for everyone.
Yeah, yeah. I had a mishap. I actually have only told Shimada about this, but I might as well tell the story. To stay up at one night, I decided to take a double dose of one of my medications, which is a stimulant, and I
no.
took the wrong dose for my second dose, and
Oh no.
Oh my
was
God.
basically vomiting for like 2 hours straight, and then couldn't sleep for
Christ.
another 8.
Oh, no.
And I didn't know if I'd
This
come back
dude
after that.
legitimately, this dude legitimately OD'd.
Yeah, like I was
legitimately
actually
dying
genuinely
over there.
concerned that I may not have been able to continue editing. Luckily, I was fine. I took the kind that wouldn't kill me, but I still was in pain.
Dude,
Yeah,
come
it
on.
was crazy. It was crazy. I suddenly got a message from Sheer being like, I accidentally OD'd, so here's all my editing files in case I don't come back.
Yeah, I was terrified.
OD'd.
I was like, holy cow.
How do you?
OD'd.
I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't too scared because don't freak. I've done it before. I've OD'd on my medication multiple
That doesn't
times
make
before.
me feel any better.
That doesn't make it any better.
I've been taking it for basically my entire life.
And then you've got me, like the actual like, you know, I have some like legal obligations in these sorts of circumstances, so I'm like, fuck, if he dies, like this is gonna be like really bad for me.
Yeah, no. I was perfectly fine. I am perfectly fine. It was just a little freak out.
But to loop it back to what we were talking about earlier, every time someone asks about whether there's going to be, is there going to be a Hollow Rewind 2021? Just think about this.
Yes,
like
just
literally,
think about
almost.
it.
I think almost everyone in the team has a story like this.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
like, I got like
half
super
lucky.
antisocial.
I got
Yeah,
half
keep
lucky
going,
with my timings with the people I had to work with, because the main producer I work with was Moon, who lives in Europe, and then that's basically the main person I talked to. Otherwise, it's more
Don't
just kind of
remind
like
me. I'm in America. So
whoever
it
waiting for
was so hard
waiting for people
contacting.
waiting
keep
for
going,
people to
Sam.
do things. And my schedule was already screwed over, and all my classes were in the morning. So what I would actually do is I'd end up waking at like 8 p.m. Doing all my work at like the nighttime period where I live. I contact Moon when he wakes up, which is like early morning for me. It's like 5 a.m. when he wakes up, then we talk about whatever we need to talk about, and then I go to my class at 10:30, and which ends at 12:30, and then I go to sleep from there.
Dude.
Yep.
Yeah,
This
that
is why we
is.
can never talk because you're always asleep when I'm like, it's noon.
Yeah.
It's true. Me and Atlas live in the same time
Wake
zone, but we never
up!
actually communicate to each other because I'm always asleep when she's awake, and she's always asleep when I'm awake.
This
Yeah.
man
Yeah.
really went
She-
nocturnal.
Yeah, but when
It's true.
having Chima on the production team was like one of my favorite things. Not just because like Chima's awesome and like basically is probably one of the biggest reasons we actually got this whole project done, but also like when we would have like director producer meetings, like they would always be like 2:30 a.m. or 3 a.m. for me, and so like Chima would actually keep us on task and let us like have the meeting not be 3 hours, so I could actually sleep at night.
Yep.
Oh, man.
That was important. Sleep is important. So
Sleep is so important.
I have a question from the comment that just came in from Madekuji-san, asking, have you guys ever considered adding another TL team if there's ever going to be another Holo Rewind in the future? I think we have to, right?
Yeah.
We'd have to.
We have to.
To be completely honest, like we barely had the manpower to do this, like just as is. And like this is with like HoloRes like doubling its team size mid project.
Right. I mean, we had about 50 people involved in the project, and that still wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't.
No, definitely wasn't.
I think the only section that might not need more people is proofreading. But even then,
No. We
No.
need more proofreaders.
Let's talk about how much
Thanks.
Illidan did. Let's talk about how much Illidan did.
He did take on a lot of proofreading.
I
That's true.
ended up proofreading 17 talents.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, maybe we do need. I mean, because yeah, we also need more because then there'd be. I mean, it depends on how much we recap. Not to mention, there'll probably be like I don't know, at least like 2-3 more generations.
Like
there just
By
needs.
the time we
Yeah,
do
no.
that-
We also have to take into account the expansion of Hololive, because let's take 2020 for example, right? In the end of 2020, they had addition. Actually, we didn't actually include them because they were added so late. Was EN, ID, and ID2, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's probably going to
that's
be a
just-
6th
I think what-
generation
so-
too.
No,
Yeah,
I think
in,
like
in,
next,
Gen,
next,
in 2020,
uh,
did Gen 4 come out in 2019 or 2020?
It was like a mix.
It was split.
Was it split? Oh
Okay, so
yeah, it was.
it was
Yeah.
like
Okay, so let's say 2020 then, just because So
Yeah.
Gen 4 came out, Gen 5 came out, ID2, EN. That's 4 generations in a year.
It's
God
fair to say,
damn.
so they come out like almost every season. So like it's fair to say that next year there's gonna be about I think it's like 2021. The whole rewind is gonna be like something about 70 to 80 talents. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
like much. We need more power. Like even now, like
For sure.
with the editor team we have, we still are kind of short-handed.
Like, yeah, we're
Like,
barely enough.
we are
Yeah.
short-handed twice.
Yeah,
50
like-
talent.
Yeah, not
Imagine
enough editors.
80.
Not enough. Yeah, not enough editors. Definitely not enough translators.
Sign up for
Definitely
editing.
not enough. And subbers and you have like idiots like me who I was doing multiple roles and I really shouldn't have been. Like I was producing and then I was also editing, and those are my big ones. But I was also supposed to PR like a whole bunch of stuff. And Respect and Illidan had to pick up my slack because I was so busy trying to get everything edited that I just didn't have time to go in and do some of the PRs that I had, and I didn't have the time to step in and do some of the QAs I had. So
Right.
like it was just awful.
Yeah. So
I
anyways,
think just to do 50 talents, it'd be good to like increase our workforce by a good 50% minimum.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a
That's
good
150.
that's a good idea of what we would need if we were going to do this again. Okay. So just one last question that I wanted to end with, and then we'll actually ask everybody to give some closing statements. is this marshmallow. What inspired you guys to think of an event like this? So other than Riku's fault, like what? You know, are you guys happy that we did it in the end though?
Honestly, like without looking at what happened to every single person, it was
Mhm.
actually a pretty good experience, to be honest.
Yeah, I
It was
gotta
fun, to be
agree with
honest.
Henry.
Yeah.
As
I
much
definitely learned a
pain
lot.
as
But
much pain
pain.
as we went through, it was an amazing learning experience because there's so much stuff that a lot of us did for the very first time in this
Yeah,
project.
true.
Like not even just like me. I know a bunch of people who like this was their first foray into, for example, audio balancing or loudness or all that kind of stuff that I specifically struggled with, and that was like huge for me because I'd never even heard about half the stuff before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Like
I definitely
altogether,
learned
like
a
I think
lot.
I think the general consensus, and for someone correct me if I'm wrong, is like we're all like yeah, like we're proud to have like done this. Like this is like all like super freaking cool, and like we learned a lot. We all grew a lot as like translation teams, but my God, was this difficult? I don't know if
Yeah.
I ever want to do this again. Like that, I think that's just kind of a good way to kind of sum it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely.
Sounds good.
It was a fun. It was fun. Like in the end, it was fun, but it's not easy. And if we were to ever think about doing this again, we'd need to collaborate with just more than us two teams. I don't think it'd be
Yeah,
possible.
and it, correct me if I'm wrong, Chima, but like we did tell some people in like just like in the like translation, individuals, that sort of stuff, like what we were doing, and they all like were like, "Why are you doing that? That's a horrible idea. Like that sounds
Maybe
cool,
we should
but
have
it's gonna be a lot of work. But you probably don't actually want to do that." And we're like, "No, it'll be fine. We'll do it. It'll be fine." Like we're halfway through and like crying.
Yeah. At
But,
some
like, why
point,
don't we listen to those guys?
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, we were like, "Oh, we're way into this. We might as well do a good job, right?"
Yes.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, but I think
I
everybody
think the project was cool,
Mhm.
but it hurt my soul on another level.
I
Yeah,
think
I
I think we
agree,
can
I
all
agree.
agree. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to give everybody a chance to give closing statements. Just whatever you want to say, right? Maybe some closing words you want to say, or something you want to remind people about, or just thank the viewers for their attention or something like that. So maybe we can go backwards. Tamaki, do you want to start?
Sure. I don't have much to say. I simp only for Tamaki Noyama and Okayo.
Someone
Goodbye.
want to tell him?
Uh,
Does someone want to tell him?
yeah.
What?
Yes, ding dong, schling schlong.
Bro, no.
Henry, no.
The ding dong makes it better. No homo.
Okay then, moving on. Skipper.
Moving on, Skipper.
Fuck you, Riku.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Echoes
Thank you,
makes it so much
Skipper.
better.
Well said.
This is
Okay.
all not Tara, guys.
Yep, this is us.
Okay, Sam.
This project was something else. I think there's a lot of bits of it that were like fun to look back on, but just like there's so many parts of it. Just like, oh my lord, it's both. I don't know. It's horrible, but at the same time, it's very in between. I want to like this project, but the other part of me doesn't want to.
The suffering that you'll never forget.
Marin was a pain, specifically.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Holos, do you want to get another chance? I know you did do closing statements last time.
My closing statement is going to be thank you for the awesome work to all of you guys here. You guys are awesome to work with. Look forward to working on projects, maybe not at Hollow Rewind, but projects with you all again. And to the people who came out to watch, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope we were somewhat enjoyable for you. And I hope you guys are subscribed, and we'll look forward to our future subtitle videos. Those are in the works and coming.
Awesome.
Thank you, Polos.
Henry?
Honestly, I don't really have much. I like wasted it all on the first podcast, but I'll just say, just remind everyone again, just watch our videos if you haven't. Show it to your friends. Put a lot into our work, and so subscribe. I guess like and subscribe. We'll be releasing content again soon, so look out for that. And that's pretty much it.
Great. Tiga?
Cool, thank you.
I just like to say thank you to all the viewers and also both Aonahara and Hollow Resort because this is my first time working on a huge project like this, and it was a pretty fun experience. Also, for anyone watching, please apply to Hollow Res as a QA because there were only like 4 that they had. So yeah,
there's
please
so
do that.
little.
Yeah, about that. Well, we can talk about that some other time.
We'll talk about that some other time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Sub to Roboco. Thank you, everybody who worked on this. It was a pleasure working with you, and I don't want to do it again.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Bookmark-san?
I just want to say thanks to everyone who got involved in this project. It was definitely a worthwhile learning experience. I learned a whole lot about like a lot of things, and I just don't know how to thank you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Cool. Thank
Atlas?
you.
Yeah, like a lot of others, this was my first time really like QAing as a whole. A lot of stuff I've done before didn't even have a QA role, so this was a good learning experience. I think, I mean, I didn't get very much work, so I'd be fine with doing it again. And also QAs, we aren't. But I think I'd do it again if needed or need the help or whatever. But I really enjoyed it and being able to hang out with everyone.
Cool. Thank you, Atlas. And Eon.
Yes. Normally I don't really work with people on editing or like animating or anything. Also I do. So this one was a real experience. So working on with a team of like close to 100, and it can say this is cheesy, but it really like uh this took a long time to make. So like anyone who watched them, like even one of them, even like a bit a part of that is really appreciated. Like this is like a surreal big 5 hours of content like that. But thanks to everyone on the team, like this would not like be a success if like Chima did jump in and help. And yeah, from everything I can say that thanks to everybody. Will I work on it again? Yes. And yeah, nothing else needs to be said.
Okay, thank you. Ildan, would you like to say something? Since this is our
Yeah,
last
sure.
podcast.
Yeah, this is our last one for Hollow Rewind. I hope all the viewers enjoyed getting some deeper insight into all the video process making, and yeah, the just to plug this a little bit, but the proofreaders will be shortly recruiting as soon as the test is done. So hope to see some more recruits this year. Maybe if you guys want HRW 2021, come apply. If you apply, maybe we'll get some. Maybe we'll actually get 2021 out.
Oh, I don't know if
yeah,
you want to
that's
make
me.
those kind of promises.
Maybe. That's a big maybe.
Not just the proofreader test. Every test is getting revamped. So like we need more editors, guys.
That is
Just come join us, everyone. Just come join us.
Henry.
That's also no, we don't even
It's
we don't even
almost
QA.
done, Bookmark. It's almost done.
Just update me on it.
Yep. Okay,
Yep.
to end the podcast, thanks a lot for everybody joining us. Maybe you joined us for all 3, or maybe you just joined us for this one. Thanks a lot for your support, and thanks for listening to all of our stories, our crazy stories. I hope this was really informative, and that this has inspired you guys to, if you're watching and haven't started, to start working on some projects like this. You know, we've done a lot of you know, plugging our team and working for our team and stuff. But honestly, in the end, this is all for the VTuber talents, and we really want everybody who's watching this project and the videos in it to be more interested in these awesome talents that we've covered. So thanks a lot. And lastly, I will also say that this isn't really official, but I will be probably talking a little bit more about some people's experiences on my own channel. So if you're interested in that, we might do something on Monday US time with Polos and Illidan or something like that. It'll be very casual, and I'll just put that channel on the comment section. So thanks a lot, everybody, for joining. It was a lot of fun talking to you guys.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun working on the project, and it's Major Pain.
Yeah.
Back to the
being on
basement.
Back to the
Okay.
basement, regular working.
Basement.
See you
I'll never
guys.
see the light again.
Who has not taken the
Bye.
ID? Take one now.
I
me
have
one.
one.
I've taken 2.
Bye. Say bye.
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 Join us.
Bye bye.
Sayonara.
People.
Sayonara.
Oh wait, guys, watch Mel. Mel needs more viewers.